Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Victoria Tomorrow. It has been a long time since I've made a video, so just to reintroduce myself, I'm a third-year teacher and I teach third grade. I'm also grade chair this year. And today I'm going to be taking you through a day of hybrid teaching. And so it's been a bit of a challenge. I know it's been a challenge for just about everyone this year, but we just recently switched back to hybrid teaching where we have about half of our kids who are in person and the other half are virtual. So I'm going to be taking you through what a typical day looks like for us. Okay, so I'm in my classroom now, as you saw, and I don't have morning duty, luckily, because I have the extra time to prep since I don't have it. So what I'm going to do is take a look at my plans for the day. I'm also going to unstack the chairs because all of our chairs are stacked this morning, and then I have to go grab breakfast and set breakfast up, but that's pretty much how my morning starts, so let's see that. So also I do have a co-teacher. We are departmentalized in our classroom, so she teaches math and then I teach ELA. So she's over there. I have a table because I like to pull students to the back of it. I've never had a teacher's desk, although now it feels like I do, but we do have to be sitting for most of the time. It is a bit messy, so I'm going to clean it up before the students get in here, but this is basically my workspace back here. Okay, so I have finished putting the chairs down. I did work on my guided reading stuff because I had it filled out, but then I lost it. I'll show you what my papers look like for that. It's a little bit of a weird week because we do have state testing on Wednesday, and then Friday is Superintendent's Day, so we have no students. So my week for guided reading is definitely a little bit different than usual. But I did clear off my desk, and yeah, I'll show you what it looks like now. It's not much better, but it's a little bit better. So I have my behavior tracking plan for one of my students over here, and then I have my guided reading papers here, which I created and can link on TPT if anyone is interested. But basically, on this side I have the students' names. They're just covered up for privacy. But I do have my weekly plan here, but as I mentioned, on Wednesday, we have state testing, so there won't be guided reading, and then Friday is Superintendent's Day, so no students. I have the books listed here that we'll be doing, and then what I want to remember to do here, my standard that I'm going to be teaching is also listed at the bottom. As for my desk, it does, I guess, look a little bit better. I have all my sticky notes everywhere, so that's just something that's going to be. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Alright, so my next thing, I just need to switch out my chart here because instead of text structures, we're going to be doing text features for the next 2 weeks for guided reading. So I'm going to swap that out, and then I'm going to go get breakfast and set that up. You got 30 more seconds, then we're getting started. Alright, my loves, we are going to go ahead and get started. Make sure you're on that Pear Deck. I only have 7 friends on the Pear Deck, so go ahead and make sure you hop on that Pear Deck. Bloop, bloop. Click on the Pear Deck, please, and thank you. Alright, today we're going to be talking about the differences between immigrants and refugees. So if you take a look at the screen, it says, start thinking about the word immigrant. What do you think it means? So we learned the word immigration last week, but what does the word immigrant mean? Because immigrant is very similar, but it means something a little bit different than immigration. Is it a dog? Is it a plane? Is it a thing you do? Is it a person? Person. Great. An immigrant is a person. Somebody build on. What does an immigrant do? Torian?
Go one city and then move. Wait, stay that
country.
From one place and then move to another place and then they immigrate.
Yes. Awesome sauce. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a list of the differences between immigrants and refugees, and we're going to talk about what each means. There might be some similarities and there might be some differences. So I'm looking for an at-home friend to tell me something that they know about immigrants. What can we add to this list? We just talked about what an immigrant is. So what can we add to this list, Jamil? about immigrants? What do immigrants do?
They travel to a country and stay there for life.
Yes, they travel to a new country and stay there for life. Now, Jamil, does a refugee also travel to a new country and stay there for life?
No.
You're correct. Sometimes they do. So for the immigrant side, we're going to say travel for life. Oh, I love that. Travel for better life. Great. And for a refugee, they travel for at least a little bit. So the reason...
Because when we were learning about a video, it said that the refugees are like in danger and stuff.
Yes, exactly. So refugees are in danger, and that's why they're moving. And
Is that the same thing?
that's a really great question. If you didn't hear Justina, she asked if a passport is the same. No sharing food, no sharing food. Give it back.
Okay.
So here's the dealio bajilio. Now that we've got our brains thinking about immigration, I'm going to show you 4 different pictures. When I show you the pictures, you have to be on Pear Deck to see them, so please make sure that you log on to Pear Deck. There's going to be a box for I wonder and a box for I notice.
A lot of people and they're on a boat. Was this back like when there was just like only boat travel?
It kind of looks like it, right? Especially with the picture being black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can be girlfriend and boyfriend.
Make sure you snap your fingers and tap your toes.
All right, so I am officially back at home now, the end of the workday. This morning was a little unconventional. I did have a student have a pretty large outburst this morning, so I did have to work with them for about a half an hour, but they were able to turn it around, so that's really good because sometimes we know that in school, like if we have a student have an outburst, sometimes it just ruins their whole day, so it was really amazing to see him turn it around. And then on Mondays, even though the students are in, half of our students are in person, they do an asynchronous day. And so what that means for us is that we have PDs as teachers and we have meetings and things like that on Mondays. So our students just kind of work on their own kind of independent activities in front of us. But normally we teach in the afternoon, we do interventions or we do instruction with just the in-person kids. So basically the way that our schedule works is every student, whether they're virtual or not, logs on from 9 until 12, like 12:30ish. And then they have lunch. And then from about 1 o'clock to 2:30, we have small groups with them. And whoever's not in small groups and is in person, then those students end up working with us in like a whole group setting. And the ones who are virtual, we just give them apps and hope that they work on those at home during that time since they're not in person with us. So we only do hybrid for the first half of the day and for small groups, but when we're doing like our like quote unquote whole groups in the afternoon for whoever's left in person, then for those situations we do just in person. I hope that makes sense. That's probably a little bit confusing. There's probably a better way to explain it, but this situation is kind of a little bit weird. So, but yeah, that is a day in the life of hybrid teaching. I try to capture as much as I could, but like I said, it was a little bit crazy. Our schedule is in 30-minute increments, so it's like boom, boom, boom all day long. But I figured I'd make a video because it's been a while, so I hope you enjoyed.